This is the great legend, and I am coming at you live tonight, fans, with a special package from Evan Gelon. Evan Gelon, man, awesome guy. I chat with him a lot on Tuesday nights on Key Issue Comics live show, where they have a huge plethora amount of guests on there that know their comic books and they know their key issues, especially the host Chaz and his wingman Evan Gelon, and other folks on there as well. I learned a lot about key issues, things that are hot in the comic book world that are worth some money. From Evan in particular, I found out things about what books are coming out for the week, and if I haven't bought books already, he'll kind of go over some of the books, give you a little sneak peek into what you'll be picking up on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. So Evan is a really cool guy. Does a lot of different comic book videos. He's a dad just like me, so I think he's pretty awesome. Let me show you what he got me, and I'm also going to tell you a little bit, kind of more stuff that he's told me as well. He's tells a lot, and he'll give you a lot of good information about characters, heroes, history. He's an excellent artist, by the way, as well. He's actually doing some artwork for LP, or he actually has already done it, I believe. It's a special art for LP's Niobe, which is Rebel Comics. You can always check out Rebel Comics here live in the YouTube comic book community. He's also a big part of the Key Issue Comics live show as well. Now, I already opened the package because I got it last night, but I didn't say anything because I kind of wanted it to be a surprise to everybody. But I won this on some trivia, and I had some half-ass answers. It wasn't 100% legit, but Evan was generous and nice enough to hook me up anyway, and I threw out some pretty good guesses. This book he sent me, and I already unboxed it and everything. Megaton #1. Now, I'm going to give you a little information about Megaton. I flipped through the book, but I haven't read the book yet. The book is really cool. It's kind of where a couple of Image guys got their start, their professional start in comic books. That the main one in this one, of course, being Eric Larson. We know Eric Larson from a lot of different books. I know him mainly from Savage Dragon because that was kind of I'm sure he did Marvel books and other books, but Savage Dragon was the first thing that really I started reading whenever him, Liefeld, Silvestri, Todd McFarlane, and I'm missing somebody. Jim Lee went over to Image Comics, or actually started Image Comics because they were tired of, Marvel taking most of the money, So I'm going to give you a little information about Megaton. This is what I got from my buddy Evan Gelon. And I also know him as Evan Gelon. Evangeline. That sounds like more cool, more sweet. Evan Gelon. Sounds kind of like Xing Long or, I don't know, Street Fighter 2. Either way, they're both kick-ass names. So this guy right here, Matthew Scott, and I'm getting this from megatoncomics.com. Matthew Scott was born with 2 hearts, a condition that endowed the toddler with the strength of a fully grown man. And while traveling in the sideshow of a small circus, the 4-year-old strongman was discovered by Hollywood agent Oscar Sherman, who landed Matt the starring role in the Disney film The World's Strongest Boy. Hey, we might remember some of those. I remember old Kurt Russell was in something like that. Followed by a long-running television show of the same name. He continued to tour as a headliner with the Ringling Brother Barnum and Bailey Circus, and this was followed by a phenomenal but brief recording career as a teenage pop idol. Man, this guy had it all, kind of like the great legend. At age 17, he left the Disney fold and starred in a number of motion pictures before his career was derailed by health problems. Now, keep in mind, this guy got a start in Disney. You know what? Disney actually sends me a check. Well, if enough people watch my videos, they send me a check usually every couple of months for making videos on YouTube. That's right. So me and this guy, we got a lot in common. His heart began to beat out of synchronization, though, and eventually landing Matt in a life support device with a projected 6 months to live. Dr. Wendell Pomeroy, a scientist spearheading a failed top-secret military program to create a super soldier, believed that Matt, with his double hearts and expanded circulatory system, was the perfect subject to revive the program. Project Pulsar invented a process that supercharged the the subject's metabolism, increasing his strength, stamina, reflexes, and senses. Unfortunately, all the test subjects had died, prematurely aging due to their hypermetabolisms. Pomeroy was right, and Matt began a new career as a superhero. Isn't that cool? So that's kind of Megaton in a nutshell. This book also not only showcases the first appearance of Megaton, but also showcases another comic that was by the group here, which I don't know the publication. I guess it was Megaton Comics. Yeah. And the other first appearance in this book was Vanguard. So really cool. Like I said, I flipped through it. There's a thing by Eric Larson in there. Also, there's some Sam De La Rosa artwork in here as well, who is a Texas kind of guy who helped Mark Bagley and Venom the Lethal Protector. And he's a great guy. I met him. But like I said, man, Evan is a really cool guy. And a lot of times recently, Evan's been doing like little trivias, little giveaways. He's really damn generous with his collection and books. So definitely sub up Evan Gelon down in the video description. Currently right now live. You can sub him up right now. Just click on the link. He's an awesome guy. He needs to make more videos. He needs to show himself more on camera. He's a good looking guy. I don't know why he ain't showing himself. And I always kid LP and everyone else on the show sometimes, on Key Issue Comic Show, because I want to see some faces. I love my man Captain Cold on there. Hell, damn, my mind is slipping me. Contender, Kevin. Man, that guy's handsome. Let me get some of these dudes on their damn camera. I mean, some of the single guys can probably get dates if they show themselves on the camera. So a lot of good-looking dudes on there. They need to show their face more. But yeah, Evan's one of them. Classic, classic, classic. But this is some, yeah, good times right here, man. This is Megaton. So awesome stuff. I'm going to check the comments real quick, and then I'm going to show you something else Evan told me about. Just this last Tuesday night, I believe it was. Yeah. Or maybe it was Saturday night. Maybe it was Saturday. I mean, a lot of times Chaz also does a late Saturday show, and no one does a live show quite like Chaz on Key Issue Comics, because he does them all-nighters. You know, he takes it to the full 8 hours a lot of times. He has stamina on those shows. But what's great about him is he's really humble. And, you know, you say something like that, and he'll be like, no, it's everyone else that kind of keep the party going, which is also true. Skillet, a.k.a. Yeti Jones, Skillet Jones, Splash Page Comics, Razmataz Razeth when he is in the house, LP's brother from another Canadian mother, Steve B. in the house, who does some artwork for Nobi. Contender, I miss seeing Contender on the show. Captain Cold is on there, Leonard Snart. And yeah, his name's really Leonard Snart. I don't even know the real dude's name, but he's cool. And Evan. And man, if I miss anyone, sorry, but oh, Buckshot Chris, man, how can I forget, man? He's got some good knowledge too. Well, you know, Skillet and Splash Page as well. And GPAP, Gene Paul Ace Peter goes there quite a bit. Let me go ahead and check the comments real quick, because this is a live show, and I like coming at you live. So let's see what we got in the comments here. Oh, look at here. We got some good folks in the comment. We got 7 viewing. Everyone, thank you so much for joining the live show tonight, as I'm giving feedback, shout-outs to not only Evan Gelon, but a lot of the cool cats in the YouTube comic book community, especially Chaz on Key Issue Comics. Chaz is cracking me up already. He's got a good line, and I'm going to get to you. That's a damn good line. And that's why I kind of do it like that, special package, because, you know, you name it something like act of kindness, random act of kindness, all this kind of crap. I've always liked special packages, and a lot of the guys I know have some great special packages. God dang it. Okay, so I'm going to give some big shout-outs in the comic book community right here, right now. First up, he knows how I roll with it. Alex, the comic hoarder, he says live. And that's right, Alex, man. I'm coming at you live. And special shout-out to Alex. One of the most fastest growing channels I've seen in a very long time here in the comic book community. Another good-looking guy, man. We got a lot of good-looking guys. So if any single ladies out there, y'all need to start looking at some of these dudes, man. All right, so Alex, great guy. Just passed 200 subs, has a 200 subscriber contest going, which I need to enter. I'm really crappy about entering contests, but I will get around to enter that contest. May even do it tonight live. You really never know. The Doom 143, man. The Doom. Let me tell you about Doom. He's got some awesome books. Now, just yesterday, he showed some of his classic characters, and you know what else? He entered into the subscriber contest for Alex the Comic Hoarder, where he was showing some of his favorite books. New Mutants. This guy's a huge Thanos fan, Cap fan, you name it. I mean, he has some pretty amazing keys himself. That's the Doom 143. Cool guy. Next up, we have a guy that's been around a long time in the comic book community, working on the Spider-Man, his Fantastic Fours. He showed off his Hulk collection back at the first of the month. I want to see some more of this guy, Mr. Gretzky 9966. Another great guy. If you're not subscribed to Mr. Gretzky 9966, hit him up. You'll be glad you did. My main man from the Blaster Stash at Facebook page, always showing some sweet books, and I'm always giving him a hard time, but I love him. His name is Contender. He's a sharp-ass fella, too. I mean, he knows his books, he knows keys, and I wish he was on more of the live shows as well. He did this thing, I think it's 2 deals on Monday. Anyway, he showed these cool Batman New 52s, which are hot, hot books. The guy I was talking about earlier, Key Issue Comics Chaz, coming at us live every Tuesday night, staying up late with us every Saturday night. Great guy, and he hosts the show. He always has a lot of unboxings, and he does indeed agree with me. Evan does have a special package. Next up, how can I forget? Mondays aren't the same, but without this guy, that's why he's live, L-I-V-E live, every Monday with the Chatting Dead, and Rebel Comics presents 9.8, and you can't beat that. He's here to stay. L-I-V-E live, the man of 1,000 nicknames. Rebel damn, it's Rebel Comics and gaming, huh? But yeah, Rebel Comics and gaming. LP, Larry Higgins, LP Sexy, NBK Drifter, the father of Naomi, the fucking father of time, man. Hell yeah, baby. I do love LP. And the thing about LP is, back in the day, in LP was always, to me, this is just my perspective and my thoughts, you know, LP was always trying to kind of figure out the comic book community, you know, kind of like feeling it out, kind of like, you know, he loved the live shows. He would go on there to Ray Jr. and Marty, kind of test out their show a little bit, you know, test a little bit here. He'd go over to the Chaz show, he'd test out a little bit. He'd go to different little deals and test them out. And, man, you know what? He found himself within himself that he can do his own live shows and do them as good as anybody I've ever seen. You know, he's right up there with my old buddy Key Issue Comics here, and Blaster Stash, and shit, even me, the Great Legend Show. And I know my live shows, and I just don't like blow horns and all that shit. LP's something special, and he's got it going on with his Niobe Comics, so definitely check that out. You can NYOBI, man. All you got to do is hashtag that on Twitter. You can find him. You can find him anywhere. Next up, the Uncanny Kyle Walker, one of the biggest X-Men collections I've seen. I don't know a lot about the X-Men. I just found another pin here. I don't know a lot about the X-Men per se. I had some X-Men books, I had some Wolverine books, I had some 90s X Factors, which I may actually sell on the auction show one of these days, but Kyle Walker is something else. He's one of the comic book collectors from New Zealand, and he's just a trip. I love chatting with him and talking to him on there. Huge Doctor Who collection, a lot of Daleks figures and things like that. Just another great guy. And Evan, I'm sorry, this is supposed to be your special package video, but I'm showing a lot of love into the comic book community. Maybe too much love if I keep talking about special packages and things of that nature. Another guy on the Tuesday night show, let me give this guy some shouts. Gary, a comic dude, fellow Texan, really cool guy. He's a damn gamer. I know he's got 360. One of these days I got to hit him up and see, get his gamer tag. We can get some gaming and then maybe even do some Xbox One gaming, because that's what I've been kind of addicted to as of late. There he is, the man of the hour, Captain Cold Comics. I had to throw Captain Cold in. He's representing the Leonard Snart Kool-Aid avatar, but the real man of the hour, the one with the special package, and I got it right here, Evan. Megaton, right here, Megaton. Awesome book. I haven't read it all yet, but I'm going to get to it. And here's the second part. Since I've given everyone some shout outs, give some love. Oh, I want to give one more shout out. He's not here right now. Two guys, actually. One is Rob Harris. He's got 97 subs, and it better be Rob Harris. Otherwise, I'm just being an idiot like most of the time and being forgetful. He has a great channel, only 97 subs. He's a veteran of comics, huge Doctor Strange fan, huge D&D fan, tabletop style. Evan said that's what she said. But definitely check him out if you can find him, Rob Harris. And later down the line, I'll put his link in the Blaster Stash It Facebook page. But another guy, LP, I found out about this guy from LP's channel, is Maverick Freelance. Maverick and then space Freelance, Freelance. Definitely. Oh, okay, I'll get that. I'll put your gamer tag down, Gary. Awesome guy though, man. Maverick Freelance. He could do a show. He's a great part of any live show, but he's also just a great guy to listen to and roll solo with, like, radio show. He could do any NPR, any National Public Radio or talk radio. He's really good. All right, next up I want to show you this magazine I got. This magazine was a recommendation from Evan, and it was really cool. I'm going to show it to you here in a minute, but I've been collecting the Batman animated, I don't want to say I've been collecting, I actually got all of that series, the Batman Adventures Volume 1. I've got Batman and Robin. I'm pretty sure I got that whole series. I've got the Batman and blah blah blah, the Lost Years. I'm currently working on Batman Gotham Adventures. I'm almost done. Actually, once I get all my packages in, special packages, I'll have that whole collection. And then I'm working on Batman Adventures Volume 2, which each issue is pretty expensive because the print runs weren't really high on that. And then I've got all the I've been working on Superman Adventures, and I've got the DC Adventures. Then I'm going to be working on the Justice League Adventure comics and Justice League Unlimited. So working on all this animated stuff from the cartoons. Big fan. So Evan recommended this magazine right here. Let me get my camera pulled up. This magazine here. It's the Superman Batman magazine. I got this today in the mail. Kind of shitty shipping job, but hell, it was really cheap. I think it was only like $2 or something. So I got this magazine. The magazines are pretty flimsy. It's really cool. This issue 1, okay, it's got this awesome cover. See if I can. Isn't that cover pretty awesome? You see that guy right there with my pinky? Bam! Shazam, baby! It's really cool. This magazine has artwork in the style of the adventure style artwork. The origin of Superman. Isn't that cool? So you got the origin of Superman. You turn the page on it a little bit. You know the story. Jor-El and Laura launched him into the space. Check that out. Just little quick origin of the story. Very cool. Also in this book at the end, oh, Cold, you're going to love this if you're still watching it. Some of the villains of the DC universe, and Lex Luthor's son, the red-hair Luthor up there. Isn't that cool? They got Captain Cold in the background. Anthony! Oh, it says another LexCorp neighbor project, but that's the Alexander Luthor or whatnot. They have some information about some DC card collecting in here. Really cool. The secret origin of Batman. Kelly Puckett wrote these. That's the same person that wrote the Batman Adventures Volume 1. And this is Mike Parobeck artwork. Okay, good. This is like the first origin story. I haven't seen the pearls drop down. We're always so used to seeing those damn pearls drop, but I don't see those on here. So yeah, very cool magazine. It's a short, sweet magazine. They have a hero file of Wonder Woman back there. There's another Batman shot right there. And you know, what else do they have? The Man of Steel speaks, an interview from beyond the grave. You get to see the classic Superman funeral for a friend, and that's issue number 8 of the Funeral for a Friend series. That's Superman 77, classic Dan Jurgens. So really cool magazine. I probably won't keep getting these or trying to get these. They're just kind of like just real quick reads. I mean, they're good history to have. So I got issue 1. Um, and another thing that came in issue 1, it came in the original bag that the comic came in. And so I opened it up, and then there was this, now guarding your room is a piece of cake. It's a big explosion. And look at that. Look at that action hero, or the action figure. Jack Slater is the last action hero. So it shows, it's an advertisement for the last action hero action figures. And down here it has some information. Stop, unfold, and keep intruders out. And it's got a really cool poster of the last action hero. Knock first or you're making a big mistake. That's Evan and his son just busting in on people. It ought to be called Evan Gelon, Last Action Hero, because tonight fans were talking about Evan Gelon and his special package. What else came in was this little note came in there. Look at that. Due to an error at our printing press, the mailing of this issue of Superman Batman was delayed. Please accept our apology for the delay. We thank you for your support and patience. Sincerely, Patricia Hart, Circulation Director at Welsh Publication. So I'm going to put these in my magazine. Trinity Comics will like this if he watches it on the rewind. This is a full back magazine, acid-free board. So I'll put that in there, and I'll put them all together in there in one complete special package. Next up, I did get this a couple days ago. This one's in a little better condition, and it's issue number 2. It has you know, again, there's a Batman animated story. There's a Flash story versus Gorilla Grodd. There's some Ray Palmer action in there. The Atom. Oh, it's actually a superhero pull-out poster, the Atom. And we got some Dean Cain up here on Lois and Clark. Talks a little bit about that show. So that's pretty cool. That's the fall of 1993, issue number 2. And this one is summer of 93. So these came out quarterly, and I think they went 8 issues. I think this went on for 2 years. Not too positive on that. Let me check the chat one more time before I go offline. Um, Again, thank y'all so much for coming out tonight, watching the show. It's been great. You know, we've had a peak concurrent viewership of 10 viewers. So very good to see everyone here. And I'm going to repeat the names one more time. Gary says he loves the old school anime, all of them. You got Gotham City Adventures 60 issues. Yeah, the Gotham City Adventures, it's 60 issues. And I'm going to have to go back and look. think I think I'm almost done. But you know what's weird is I don't have number 4. Um, and I may be missing issues 48 to 60. I'm not quite sure. Like I said, I got to go back and see which ones of that series I need. But that's getting very close. I've got some Superman adventures on the way. And then, you know, make sure I get all those. And then that should be the end of that one. And I'll have the Gotham Adventures I'm going to get finished pretty quick, and then work on Batman Adventures Volume 2, and then get those Justice League ones. But thanks again so much for watching. I want to give a big shout out to the Green Kool-Aid Man, Peter O'Toole. I talked about him a little bit prior in this show tonight, and that's Green Kool-Aid Man, Peter O'Toole, formerly known as Splash Page Comics. It's going to be very hard to remember that. But after the big announcement, they're going to have a big announcement on their show. I don't know when it's going to be, but it's going to be soon. And then maybe he'll go back to the splash page persona. But he has a lot of personas. If you watch his channel, he has wait, you know what? It says 0 subscribers. Maybe he just created this one as an alternate source or an alternate being from beyond the Kool-Aid kettle or big ass picture. Yeah, that's what it's called. But again, I just want to give shout outs to everyone. Alex the Comic Order, the Doom 143, Mr. Gretzky 9966, Contender, Kyushu Comics, Rebel Comics and Gaming, the Uncanny Kyle Walker, so many people, Gary a Comic Noob, Captain Cole Comics, Evan Gelon, the man of the hour, the man with the plan, the man with the special package, Green Kool-Aid Man, Peter O'Toole, also known as Splash Page Comics, Skillet Jones, formerly known as Yeti Jones, Razmatazeth 316, Maverick Freelance, and Rob Harris. If y'all don't know Rob Harris, he's got 97 subs. Like I said, I'll get him, put him in another, we'll get you linked up with him, but look him up if you can find him, Rob Harris, Doctor Strange, Rob Harris Comics, and hopefully you'll be able to find Rob Harris. Without further ado, that's all I've got for you tonight. Thanks again. Special package from Evan Gelon, and all these men in the chat room all have special packages. It's only a matter of time before they deliver the packages to your back door. This is the great legend saying, peace out. God bless.